Eastern Airways! Boo!
Happy Easter, folks, and to celebrate we have found the most shaky, tenuous link possible. We're flying from Aberdeen to Wick today with Eastern Airways.
Yay.
Let's go, it's going to be a cracker. Like most airports, Aberdeen has outrageous parking charges, so we parked in the nearby area of Bucksburn and jumped on the 727 airport bus, which was just £2 each for the final leg to the terminal. You used to be able to check in and select seats yourself for Eastern, but not anymore. Oh, and we'll answer this question very soon. Oh no. It's nice.
It's nice.
I love how Eastern's got none of that fancy online check-in stuff. Proper tickets. Once you're airside at Aberdeen, there's basically nothing. We fancied getting some breakfast. So you can go there, there's a kind of fake Wetherspoons where they'll charge you 10 quid for scrambled eggs. Well, there's a Costa, but their oven's not working this morning. Breakfast will be in Wick. Look at this grumpy face.
They were charging $6.50 for bacon roll.
Crazy. Cheers for the stuff, Reese. We're representing Ohio today. An interesting fact which I think is still true, Aberdeen has the busiest heliport in the world, but the rest of the place wasn't the same today. So there's our wee Jetstream 41, 29 seats on this one. It doesn't look like there's 29 people here yet this morning. What's our seat numbers?
A7, 8A.
I'd like to wish you a pleasant flight and thank you for choosing us.
Let's go.
So here we go, I dropped my bag off at the Valley Truck and we went to board the aircraft. Now this is where things took an unnecessary turn for the worse. Listen carefully for the Eastern Airways welcome. Morning. It was a bit tricky to catch that, so let me just play it once more. Morning. So that's right, folks, the official onboard welcome from Eastern Airways was a very stern "switch that off," referring of course to my wee GoPro camera, and this was to be the rude face of the airline for both flights there and back. Now I realise there's more important things going on in the world today, but this is a flight review after all, and we paid 200 quid for the privilege, so I'm going to be nothing but honest. Now all I can show you from here on in is some B-roll footage that I managed to capture throughout the cruise, and I just hope that you can enjoy that a wee bit more than we enjoyed the tense, awkward onboard experience. I'll get back now to the edit. As I say, things were to continue in the same vein, and with only 5 passengers on board, the member of cabin crew was still able to offend most of us, including demands to see for ourselves that all phones were completely switched off. I'd be really interested to hear if any of you have had similar experiences on board an aircraft. It's something I've never encountered in all my years flying. I wasn't even allowed to put my jacket under the seat in front. She insisted it be belted into its own seat, in her usual friendly manner. Welcome to Wick.
Hi.
Aye, so welcome to Wick, folks, and I would say if you want to start your trip with a really bad taste in your mouth, fly Eastern Airways. That's probably the rudest cabin staff I've ever come across on any flight I've ever been on.
I mean, how do they speak to you? Like, you're just...
I know. But there we are, we're in Wick, 25 minutes later. I hope I've been able to get some coverage of that flight.
I'm surprised she wasn't walking around with the basket telling us, switch your phone off and put it into the basket.
Now, once we shake off our anger, one of the great things about Wick is that that's the airport there, and that's Wick Town Centre pretty much there.
Is it really?
It's a small place. When we were coming into Wick, the scenery was absolutely stunning. You had the coastline, all the big cliffs. We actually took a route that took us right out over Dunnet Head and John O'Groats. There were lighthouses, castles, everything. And we couldn't capture any of it, I'm so sorry.
Oven was broken, bacon rolls was $6.50, and then we couldn't record on the plane.
The only thing about that flight, of course, is that it only takes like 25-30 minutes. Wick's almost like an island that's so cut off up here in Caithness. And if you were driving here from Aberdeen, it would take you about 5 hours. If you're in public transport, it might take you up to 7 hours. So it really does shorten the journey. While the town's not going to win any awards for beauty, there's still loads of cool things to do in the area, and we had an absolute blast. Two very weary travellers have made it back to the airport. We're walking a lot slower than we did this morning. I find that all Highlands and Islands airports are friendly wee places, and Wick was no different. They seem much more important to the community they serve than just as an airport, and are certainly a nicer place to pass the time than some big international terminal. As we waited, I was tracking the inbound flight on Flight Radar 24, and just like the day before, it was a big sweeping approach way out over the north coast. Does anyone have any idea why they go so far past the airport on this route? I'd love to know. I'm afraid to say the flight back wasn't any better. In fact, the only flight I've ever not looked forward to got a lot worse. This time we had cabin crew openly dissing previous passengers and complaining of being so tired that I was starting to question the safety of this airline. It's such a shame, as 99% of the people we met were friendly and professional. Sorry for not delivering the video we hoped today, but we'll see you soon with a longer look at our time in Wick. Bye for now and have an awesome Easter weekend.